Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. So yesterday we were discussing about the refraction, right? The two laws of refraction, and we were discussing about the refraction through a rectangular glass prism. Am I right? Yes. Then Adidev,
Yes,
define refraction. What do you mean by refraction?
the phenomenon of bending of light when it passes from one medium to another medium.
Yes, very good. It is the phenomenon of bending of light when it is travels from one medium to another medium is known as refraction. Okay, good. Badra, based on density, how we can classify the two mediums?
Denser medium and rarer medium.
Then can you define what you mean by rarer medium?
In rarer medium, the density is low, and in denser medium, the density is more.
Okay, one more peculiarity of the rarer medium.
And in rarer medium, the speed of the light is more,
Yes.
and in denser medium, the speed of the light is low.
Okay, very good. Vishnupriya, can you say one example for rarer medium? Vishnupriya, are you there?
Air.
Air, very good. Air is an example for the rarer medium. Aditya,
Yes, ma'am.
denser medium. Define denser medium.
The density is more than rarer medium.
Okay, and what about the speed of the light in denser medium?
It's more than the rarer medium.
Speed of the light, it is
Lesser
lesser.
light.
It is lesser. Okay, all right. Nirupama, can you say an example for the denser medium?
Water,
Water. One more example.
glass,
Glass. Okay. Pratyush. Pratyush. Okay. Rifa. Rifa. If the ray of light is passing from rarer medium to denser medium, what happens to that ray of light after the refraction?
it bends.
It bends.
It bends to the other side of the.
I want to know whether it is bent towards the normal or away from the normal.
Towards the normal.
Okay, all right. Very good. Then Vishnu, if the ray of light is entering from a denser medium to rarer medium, then what happens to the ray of light after the refraction? Yes. I think Melvin is ready to say the answer. Yes, Melvin?
Goes away from the.
Yes, very good. If the ray of light is entering from a denser medium to rarer medium, after the refraction, the ray of light is bent away from the normal. Very good. Nizia, can you state the first law of refraction? What is the first law of refraction?
The incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incident all lie on the same plane.
Ma'am, your voice is
Ma'am, your mic is muted.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Okay, Nisia, you can continue. First law of refraction.
The incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incident all lie on the same plane.
That's very good. The incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incidence all lies in the same plane. Very good. Then Heinz-Steve, what about the second law of refraction?
Snell's law.
Okay, it is Snell's law. Okay, state the Snell's law then.
When light travels from a first medium to a second medium, the ratio of the sin of the angle
Sine.
of
Sine of
angle of incidence of the sine of the angle of refraction is constant.
Okay. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant, and that constant is equal to n, and that n is called the refractive index. So up to this we were discussing in the last class. Okay. Okay, once again I will show the okay students. So today we were going to discuss about the refractive index. Have you heard about this term refractive index? Yes. While discussing the Snell's law, we were use this term refractive index, that is the ratio of sine of angle of incident to that of the sine of angle of refraction is a constant, and that constant is known as refractive index. So here the refractive index is actually a measure. In the very beginning of the chapter, we were studying about the refraction. Refraction is the bending of the light when it is travels from one medium to another medium. So the refractive index gives a measure how much the light rays get deviated from the straight line path. That is, the light always have a tendency to travel in a straight line. But whenever the light enters from one medium to another medium, what happens? The bending of the light beam is occurs, or the light is deviated from the straight line path. Okay, so the refractive index measures how much the light gets deviated from the refractive index. So now we can discuss the refractive index in details. So in this slide, you can see what you mean by refractive index. So the refractive index is a measure of how much light slows down when it goes into a new medium. So it shows how much bending of the light occurs, or how much the light get deviated from the straight path. That measurement is provided by the refractive index, and the refractive index is represented by the symbol n. The refractive index is represented by the letter n. It is small letter n. Okay, and the value of the refractive index in vacuum. Vacuum means empty space. In an empty space, the value of refractive index is equal to 1. Okay, so refractive index gives the measure of how much the light rays get deviated from the straight line path, because the light always have a tendency to travel in a straight line, and this refractive index, but whenever the light is entering from one medium to another medium, it is deviated from the straight line path. The refractive index is a measure which gives that how much the light rays get deviated from the straight line path. It is represented by the letter n, and the value of the refractive index in an empty space. The empty space is otherwise known as vacuum. This term you also used in later. So the value of the refractive index in a vacuum is given as 1. And there is no unit for refractive index. The refractive index is consisted of no unit. Okay. You only need to write up to here. Now we can study the equation for calculating the refractive index. So refractive index is a measure of how much the light is deviated from the straight line path. It is
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Okay, who is this? John? What about others? Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, okay. All right. So the refractive index means it is the measure of how much the light ray is deviated from the straight line path. And it is represented by which letter? Which letter that is we are used to represent the refractive index?
N.
N. Okay. Now we can define what do you mean by absolute refractive index. This is the definition for refractive index. Refractive index is the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in material. Speed of light in vacuum, or you can write the speed of light in air. Vacuum means empty space, or it is the air. So it is the speed of light in air to the speed of light in material or medium. Instead of this vacuum, you can write it is the speed of light in air to the speed of light in medium, not in material, in medium, or material medium. You can write material medium. Okay, this is the refractive index. So how we can calculate the refractive index? The refractive index can be calculated by the formula N is equal to speed of light in air divided by speed of light in a material medium. This is the equation for calculating the refractive index. Refractive index is represented by small letter n, and it can be calculated by the speed of light in air divided by speed of light in material medium. And the speed of the light in air is represented by the letter C, and the speed of the light in any material medium can be represented by nu. It is not V, it is a Greek symbol, and we can pronounce it nu. N-E-W, nu. It is pronounced as nu. So C by nu. The refractive index N is equal to C by nu. It is not V. Okay. Actually, this is a Greek symbol. N is equal to C by nu is the equation for calculating the absolute refractive index. Did you complete this? So here we are defining the refractive index. Refractive index, yes. I will show this once again, no problem. Okay, the refractive index. Refractive index is a measure of how much the light is get deviated from the straight line path, and it is represented by the letter N. And the refractive index can be calculated by, it is the ratio of speed of light in air. It is the ratio of speed of light in air divided by speed of light in medium. Speed of light in medium or in material medium. And how we are representing the speed of light in air? Using which letter we are representing the speed of light in air? Which letter we are used to represent the speed of light in air?
C.
C. Okay, very good. And which letter that we are used to represent the speed of light in medium?
Nu.
Nu. Okay, nu. So the equation for calculating the refractive index is given by N is equal to C by nu. N is equal to C by nu, where C is the speed of the light in air and nu is the speed of the light in medium. And that medium can be anything. It can be either water or glass or diamond, any medium we can prefer here as in the place of nu. And the value of C, here the C is a constant. Okay, the speed of the light in air is a constant. And did you remember the value of the speed of the light in air? We were discussed already in the first class. What is the speed of the light in air? Anyone recall? According to the properties of the light is travels very fast, and the speed or the velocity of the light is given by
3 into 10 raised to 8.
very good, very good. All right. The C is a constant and its value is given by 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. It is fixed here. Okay. So the refractive index can be calculated by n is equal to c by nu, where c is the speed of the light in air and nu is the speed of the light in medium. Then c is a constant and its value is given by 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, where meter per second is the unit of speed. Okay. And here we are already studied that there is no unit for refractive index. Why we are saying that there is no unit for refractive index? Because refractive index can be calculated by c by nu, where c is the speed of the light in air. How we are express the speed of the light in air? It is in meter per second, right? Similarly, what is the unit of speed of the light in medium? It is also expressed in terms of meter per second, right? Then this meter per second and this meter per second is cancels. So the refractive index have no unit. Sometimes they may be asked in multiple choice question, what is the unit of refractive index? And they will be confused by giving the options like meter, meter per second, C, meter per second square, and D, none of the above. Which one is the correct option? None of the above, because the refractive index have no units. Okay, it is the ratio of the speed of the light in air to the speed of the light in medium. Both are expressed in terms of meter per second. They will be cancels. So there is no unit for the refractive index. If it is clear? I hope this is clear for you. So this is the refractive index. Refractive index gives a measure of how much the light rays get deviated from the straight line path, and it can be calculated by n is equal to c by nu, where c is the speed of the light in air and nu is the speed of the light in a medium. Okay. Now, we can use this equation to calculate the refractive index if and only if there is a condition is there. All of you listen here. We can use this equation for refractive index if and only if the medium, one medium is air. Okay. So we can use this equation to calculate this refractive index if and only if the one medium is air. Suppose if we have two mediums, like if one medium is water and another medium is glass, then can we use this formula to calculate the refractive index? Is it possible to use this equation to calculate the refractive index? No, because there is medium of air is not present here. So we have another equation to calculate the refractive index. Suppose if we want to calculate, if we have two mediums, the one medium is water and another medium is glass. Okay, if one medium is water and other medium is glass, here there is no medium of air is present, then we want to calculate the refractive index of water with respect to glass. The refractive index of water with respect to glass can be calculated by another equation. It is represented by the refractive index is represented by the letter N. And we want to calculate the refractive index of water with respect to glass. So we can write NWG, because here we want to calculate W for water and G for glass. Okay. And here we want to calculate the refractive index of water with respect to glass. We can write the formula like this. The speed of light in glass. Here in the numerator, first we gave the preference for glass, divided by speed of light in water. Speed of light in water. So we can use this formula to calculate the refractive index if the medium of air is not present and if the mediums are water or glass, and we want to calculate the refractive index of water with respect to glass. First we give the preference of speed of light in glass divided by speed of light in water. Okay. So this is the refractive index of water with respect to glass. Similarly, if we want to calculate the refractive index of glass with respect to water. So in the first case, we want to calculate the refractive index of water with respect to glass. In the second case, here we have the second case. This is our first case. If we want to calculate the refractive index of glass, so we give the preference to glass here. And with respect to water, can you guess the equation? How we can calculate the refractive index of glass with respect to water? NGW is equal to? Yes,
Speed of light in water
very good. Speed of light in water. Speed of light in
by
water
speed of light.
divided by speed of
Speed
light
of light
in,
in glass.
yes, speed of light in glass. Good. Okay. So in the first case, we are calculating the refractive index of water with respect to glass. In that case, the equation is become speed of light in glass by speed of light in water. Now in the reverse case, if we want to find out the refractive index of glass with respect to water, then we can use the equation speed of light in water divided by speed of light in glass. So at the first glance, sometimes you maybe feel that both of the equations are just like same. No, both are different. So here we are calculating the refractive index of water with respect to glass. In the second case, we are calculating the refractive index of glass with respect to water. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now suppose for further clarification, I consider another two mediums. Instead of this water and glass, suppose I consider alcohol. Okay. Alcohol and kerosene. Alcohol and kerosene. Then I want to calculate the refractive index of kerosene with respect to alcohol. Can you form an equation? I want to calculate the refractive index of kerosene with respect to alcohol. How the equation becomes? Yes? How we can write the equation? Here the two medium, one is alcohol and other is the kerosene. Now the light is passing through the kerosene. So I want to calculate the refractive index of kerosene with respect to alcohol. How the equation becomes? Compare the first case. In the first case, we have glass with respect to water. Similarly, here I have kerosene with respect to alcohol. How this equation looks like? Make it just guess. Whether it is right or wrong, no problem.
Speed of light in alcohol.
Oh, here, yes, before that, refractive index of kerosene with respect to alcohol. So, NAK or NKA?
NKA.
Very good, NKA. Because it is the refractive index of kerosene with respect to alcohol. Now the equation, what is the equation become? Yes,
Speed of light in alcohol.
yes, speed of light in alcohol. We give the alcohol, we write the alcohol first, divided by,
Speed of light in kerosene.
very good, speed of light in kerosene. Speed of light in kerosene. Is it clear? Okay. So the medium in which we want to find out the refractive index is right first here. The refractive index of the kerosene with respect to alcohol. And we want to calculate the refractive index of kerosene with respect to alcohol. So write the speed of light in alcohol first. After that, write the speed of light in kerosene. Okay. This is the equation we are used to calculate the refractive index if the two mediums are different. Okay. Now we can discuss one table that is provided in your textbook. Okay. Before explaining about the refractive index of different materials, I will introduce one term, that is what is optical density. What do you mean by optical density? Optical density is the ability of a medium. The medium can be anything. It can be air, glass, water, kerosene, alcohol, turpentine, anything. It is the ability of a medium to refract the light is expressed in terms of optical density. So all of you write the definition for optical density. What do you mean by optical density? It is the ability of a medium to refract the light is expressed in terms of optical density. The ability of a medium to refract light. Refraction means the bending of the light when it is travels from one medium to another medium. If this medium have an ability to refract light, then we can call that ability of that medium as optical density of the medium. Okay. So here we were discussing about the optical density. That is, it is the ability of a medium to refract light is expressed in terms of optical density. Did you copy down the definition for optical density?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we can define one table. Here you can find a table in your textbook, page number 175. Okay. Here so many material mediums are provided here like air, ice, water, alcohol, kerosene, fused quartz, turpentine, oil, benzene, crown glass, Canada, balsam, rock salt, carbon disulfide, dense flint glass, ruby, sapphire, and diamond. You don't need to study the refractive index of all these material medium. So now, Adil, from this table, can you find which material medium is possess high refractive index? From this table, can you?
Diamond.
Very good, diamond. Okay. Sainaba, which material medium is possess low refractive index? Sainaba. Aditya Nair, which material medium is possess low refractive index? Yes, air. Here, air is possess low refractive index and its value is given by 1.003, right? So only possess 1.003 is the refractive index of air. But in the case of diamond, it possesses high refractive index and its value is 2.42. Now,
Ma'am,
yes.
ma'am, should we study all these values?
No, you don't need to study these values by heart. You only need to study this value, the refractive index of water. The refractive index of water is 1.33. Okay, the refractive index of water is given as 1.33. If you study this value, it is help you for your better for the calculations. So you can study the refractive index of, I think you can study refractive index of air, water, and one more is the glass, crown glass also. Because normally we are considering these three are our mediums, air, water, and glass. So I think these three values you can study. The refractive index of air is 1.0003. In the case of water, it is 1.33 and crown glass, it is 1.52. Clear?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
don't need to study all the values of the refractive index of all the material medium. Only need to study the three values, air, water, and the crown glass. Air is, what is the refractive index of air, Rose? Rose, what about the refractive index of air?
1.33.
Air, not water.
1.53.
1.003. All right. John Samuel, what about the refractive index of crown glass?
Ma'am,
Refractive index of crown glass.
2.42.
Crown glass. It is of diamond. I am asking about the crown glass.
1.52.
1.52. All right. Then Aditya is Krishna. What about the refractive index of water?
1.33.
Yes, 1.33. And from this table, I will give you one conclusion. So all of you please note that if the refractive index is increases, if the refractive index increases, optical density is also increases. Optical density is also increases. Optical density also increases. Okay. If the refractive index is increases, optical density is also increases. But mass density is decreases. Mass density means the amount of the matter contained by the object. The mass density is decreases. And also the speed of the light in that medium is decreases. Speed of light decreases. Okay. So from this table, we can draw these three conclusions. One is, if the refractive index is increases, the optical density is also increases. The refractive index and optical density are just like friends. That is, if refractive index increases, optical density increases. But what happens to mass density? Mass density is decreases and the speed of the light in that medium is also decreases. Is these 3 points are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That is, if the refractive index is okay. Now we can once again show that table. I will show this table once again and we can verify with the help of here. In this case, what about the value of the diamond? What about the refractive index of diamond? Yes, anyone? It is 2.42, right? The refractive index of diamond is 2.42 and it possesses a high value for the refractive index, right? So what do you mean by this statement? The refractive index of diamond is 2.42. What do you mean by this statement? The conclusion that we are made from here. If the refractive index increases, what happens to the optical density of the diamond? Is it is increase or decrease?
Increase.
Increase. So the diamond have 2.42. From this, we can say that the diamond is possess a high refractive index. So it also possesses a high value of optical density. But what about the mass density of the diamond? Is it is less or high?
Decreases.
It decreases. And what about the speed of the light in diamond?
Decreases.
Decreases. That is what is we were discussed here. Okay. That is the relationship between the refractive index, optical density, mass density, and also the speed of the light. That is, if the refractive index increases, optical density is also increases, but mass density and speed of the light in that material medium is decreases. Okay. So today we were discussing about the refractive index. Refractive index means it is the measure of how much the light rays get deviated from that of the straight line path. And we have an equation for calculating the refractive index. N is equal to C by nu. And we can use this equation for calculating the refractive index if and only if one medium is air. So if the two material mediums are different, that is one is glass and one is water, we cannot use this equation. We have another equation for calculating the refractive index, that is NGW or NWG. And one more factor that we were discussed today is what happens if the refractive index is increases. If the refractive index is increases, optical density is also increases, but mass density and the speed of the light in that material medium is also decreases. Optical density is nothing. It is the ability of a material medium to refract the light. I hope all these points are clear to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, students. So with this, we can wind up this today's class. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.